Hello, everyone. Welcome to the next game in the 1967 pennant race. We are at September the 3rd, and there are two games involving the four teams. They are playing each other just like they did September 2nd. Yesterday, September 2nd, or the previous day, September 2nd, I did the video with Minnesota and Detroit and played Boston, Chicago offline. Now we're going to reverse the roles, and we're going to do Boston, Chicago in the video. And I played Detroit, Minnesota offline yesterday. And this was the result, 6-5 victory for the Tigers as they beat the Twins both games in Minnesota. Interesting game back and forth. Tigers got a little bit of a lead going in the middle innings. They were up 5-1, actually 6-1 at 6-2 at one point. I'm sorry, 6-2. But then RBI double by Oliva in the sixth made it 6-3, and then they got two runs in the eighth off of Pat Dobson. And Dobson was in there because it was not a safe situation. It was only 6-3, and there was still 2 innings to go. So they put him in there. He gave up 2 runs. They got him out real quick, and Fred Gladding shut him down in the ninth to get the save. So Tigers win at 6-5. Wilson the winner, Earl Wilson the winner, Dean Chance the loser, and Gladding the save. Home runs in the game: Norm Cash in the first, Al Kaline in the fourth, Jerry Lumpy even in the third. So 3 Tiger home runs. Minnesota countered with 2 home runs, Killebrew in the first and Bob Allison in the second. But the Twins lose to the Tigers. Tigers sweep the 2 games in Minnesota. So that's really going to tighten things up even more, it looks like, especially if Chicago wins this game. The home team, like I said, is 0 for 3 so far. So we shall see. All right. We are ready to go in Fenway Park. Lee Stang against Tommy John. And if you watched the NBC game of the week yesterday, Tommy John was pitching for the Dodgers so in 1973. But here we're back in 67, and Tommy John will be facing the Red Sox. There's your starting lineups for both teams. A lot of guys on the bench for the White Sox, and they also have an extra bullpen arm. The Red Sox not carrying that many guys in the September call-ups, but the White Sox decided to do so. Doesn't really matter. You only play with 9, so I think the Red Sox still have plenty. They got 5 in the bullpen and 6 on the bench. I think that's more than enough to cover any substitutions you want to make. I do have the little card all set up for runner advancement, so when that's called for, we can pull that out and be ready to go with that. So I think we're good to go. Let me do one last check and make sure everything is in. Yep, looks like everything's in focus and everything is in the camera shot. I was trying to make sure it got both the tray and this in play. Gracie and Tabby are both in here with me. Gracie's had a rough morning. She's been making a lot of noise all morning and brought up here, thank goodness, and she is laying on her blanket and is quiet. Don't know how long it'll last, but at least I'm doing a video so I can pause it if I have to. Hopefully that won't get to that. Hopefully we can just roll on, literally and figuratively. So Walt No Neck Williams is going to lead things off against Lee Stang. We're underway. 5-3. That's a blank. Go to Walt Williams' card. 1-2. That's a grounder to third. Handled at third base by Jerry Adair, and there's one away. That will send up Don Buford, second baseman. Mainly played third all season, but he's been playing a lot of second here lately. Stang, 1-4. Possible error. 5-5, that's a star 4, which is a ground ball to second. Possible error on second baseman Andrews. He's a 7. That's a 7. It will be an error on Mike Andrews. So unfortunately for the Red Sox, Mike Andrews commits the error, and Buford is aboard. Now his attempt is a 7. See if he can get a jump. He does not, so Buford will have to stay where he is. Red Sox will be looking to possibly turn a double play as Stang tries to pick up his teammate, Mike Andrews, who made that error. Here's Agee. 2-1's a blank. We go to Agee's card. 5-6, and that is going to be against a right-hander. That is a fly to left. Would have been a double against a lefty, but that's 2 away. That's going to bring up Pistol Pete Ward. And that's not what I'm calling him. That's what the Chicago White Sox announcers in 1967 called him. Stang, 6-1. He's not tired, so we go to Ward. 2-1's ground ball to first. That's easy play for George Scott to end the inning. So the error does not come back to hurt the Red Sox. No runs, no hits, 1 error, and 1 left. So we go to the bottom of the first. It is Chicago nothing, and the Red Sox coming to bat. And Tommy John is the guy that they're going to be looking to go against. So Mike Andrews, your batter. In fact, I'm going to put him right. Let's put him up here. So in case we get a guy on first, we won't have any interference there. Tommy John, 6'4". It's a wild pitch, ball 1. Actually, it looks stupid there. Let's put it back over here where it was, where it's intended to be. A little cramped here, but we'll work around it. 2-5, and that is a range play. So we're going to Mike Andrews for a range check. 4-2, that's a single to right field, but we're checking the range of the right fielder, Colavito. He is a 3. So 1-3, and Colavito will make the catch. He does not. It's going to be the single will stand. The single to right field will stand. So Mike Andrews, a leadoff single, possibly trying to make up for that error. He singles, and that brings up Jerry Adair. His attempt is a 2, is Mr. Andrews. And there is no attempt there. So now we go to Jerry Adair. John, 4-3, and that is a strikeout chance. 11 is too high. So we go to Jerry Adair. 4-5, and that's a single to center field. So a base hit, and now we'll see if the runner can move up. When we go to our chart, single to center field. Agey's got a good arm, though, -2. -2. He's got a -1 arm, so that makes that a -2 to go from here to first to third. Andrews runs at a 3. The -2 makes him a 1. So he'll make it on a 1. And he does not. He's got a hold. So the good arm there by Agee will keep him in check. And runners are at first and second with nobody out for Carl Yastrzemski. Nothing happening there. John to Yastrzemski. 1-1's a strikeout chance, and that's a 1, so he struck him out. Yaz, a rare strikeout, but he gets the whiff with that 1 on the D20. And here's Hawk Harrelson, still in his Kansas City A's garb. He's been traded 3 times. He started with he played for the Washington Senators, Kansas City A's, and now with the Boston Red Sox. John, 1-1, strikeout chance 7 against the lefty is too high. Go to Hawk. 6-1, single pass short. So that's a base hit. To score from second on an S6, you got to have a 3 or better. Andrews is a 3. He will score. So runners at first and second still, as Adair had to stop at second, but the Red Sox are on the board on the RBI single from Ken Hawk Harrelson. Red Sox lead it 1-0. Here's Reggie Smith. Nothing going on there. 1-5. Pitcher result, and Smith's a switch hitter batting right-handed, so 1-16 is going to be an automatic out. That's a 9. It will be an automatic out, and it will be a ground ball to third. Now, let's see. Is it going to be down the line, right to the fielder, or in the hole? And 2 says it is toward the line, so if it's a double play, or he would go 5-3, he'd step on the bag and then do the double play. So we know he's going to get the force out because he's going to step on the bag. And then, so there's going to be no pivot to worry about because he's going straight to first base. Smith is a 2. John doesn't add anything to that. Infield halfway makes it a 3. So 1-3, and they turn the double play. They do not. So just a force play. They're going to get the force play 5 unassisted on Jerry Adair. He's out at third. Harrelson takes second base, and Smith takes first on the fielder's choice. So 2 down, and 2 on still, with 1 run in for George Scott, the boomer, against Tommy John. 1-3, and that's a blank to a righty. Go to Scott. 5-6 is grounder back to Tommy John, and that's going to end the inning. But the Red Sox get a run on 3 hits, no errors, and 2 left. At the end of 1 from Fenway Park, it is Boston 1 and Chicago nothing. And I'm going to pause the video real quick and see if I can help my setup just a little bit not be so tight. Okay, we're back for the top of the second. Don't know if this is any improvement, but we'll see. Leading off will be Rocky Colavito. He was acquired from Cleveland. Stang, 6'2", is a strikeout chance. That's a 9, but that's a 6, so too high. Colavito, 4-4. And against a right-hander, that's a grounder to third, so he will ground out to the third baseman Adair for out number 1. That's going to bring up first baseman Tommy McCraw. 2-5 is a blank. We go to McCraw's card. And that's a 1-1. He's going to fly to right field. 2 down as Hawk Harrelson makes the play. So 2 up and 2 down. That brings up the catcher, J.C. Martin. 2 outs and the base is clear. Stang, 5-2. Against a lefty, that's a straight-up home run chance. That's a 15, though. He's only a 7, so no home run for Martin. But he will swing. 2-3, he's going to double to center field. So he couldn't get the home run, but he does get the double. So a 2-out double for Martin, and now that leads to an interesting decision for the Red Sox, Dick Williams. Do they want to intentionally walk Hansen with first base open and pitch to Tommy John, or do they think they can get Hansen and then have Tommy John lead off the top of the third? They're going to go after Hansen. He's a weak hitter, so they're going to go after him. Nothing on the havoc. Stang to Hansen. 5-5 is a blank. We go to Hansen's card. Let's see if this decision pays off. 5-1. Well, it may not. That's a single pass short. Martin, though, only runs at a 2, but with 2 outs, it becomes a 3. An S6, that's all you need is a 3 to score from second. So RBI single for Hansen, and that decision comes back to bite the Red Sox in the rear end. And kicking himself now is Dick Williams for making this particular decision to give up that run with the first base open. Staying now to Tommy John, who's not a bad hitter, 157 as far as pitchers go. 6-4 is a strikeout, though. 15 will get him, and that's going to end the inning. But damage done. A run on 2 hits, no errors, and a man left. We go to the bottom of the second. We are tied at a run apiece. So mark that decision down by Dick Williams. That could come back to bite them later in the game, as they just gave up basically a cheap run. All right, so here's Rico Petrocelli to lead it off against Tommy John. 4-4, and that's a strikeout chance. 8 will get him. So struck him out, 1 away. That brings up Elston Howard. He came over from the Yankees on a trade. John, 2-1, strikeout, 14, too much. We go to Howard. 2-4, and that's a fly to right field for out number 2. As that is hauled in out there in right field by Colavito. So 2 up and 2 down. That's going to bring up the pitcher, Lee Stang. John, 3-2 is a possible error on a ground ball. 6-3 is a ground ball to third, so it's possible error, and that's a 1, so it's definitely going to be an error. That'll be an error on the third baseman, Ward. E5 keeps the inning going. Stang, of course, will not be going anywhere. We'll do a strategy for a pickoff, but nothing's happening. So here's Andrews. John to Andrews, 1-6 home run question mark against the right-hander. That passes automatically. So we're going to re-roll here for the 12. Mike Andrews. And it's 11. It's gone. Mike Andrews hits a 2-run home run, so that error is huge, as that cost the White Sox 2 runs. They should have been out of the inning, but Mike Andrews made them pay for that error. His 2-run homer has given the Red Sox a 3-1 lead. And here comes Jerry Adair. 3-6 is a blank to a righty. 5-4 is a double to center field, so the Red Sox may not be done yet. Double to center by Adair. He is singled and doubled. And that'll bring up Yaz. First base is open, but right behind him is Hawk Harrelson, who hits lefties very well. So I'm going to go ahead and pitch to Yaz. 3-3, strikeout chance, 18, too high. Go to Yaz. 2-3, it's a question mark, 7, but against a lefty, it only goes to 6. That's a 14. It would have been a home run against a righty, but against a lefty, it's merely going to be a fly to left to end the inning. So that's where the lefty paid off. Lefty on lefty matchup paid off on that one to end the inning. But the Red Sox put up 2 runs on the 2-run homer by Mike Andrews, of all people. And the Red Sox lead it 3-1. 2 runs on 2 hits, 1 huge error, and 1 left. So the error was definitely huge. All right, here's Walt Williams. Start the third. 4-6 is a blank. We go to Williams's card. 5-6, that's a fly to left. Yastrzemski will haul that in, 1 away. And that takes us to Don Buford. 4-3 is a blank. We go to Buford. 1-3, and that's a single past second base. So Don Buford gets himself, I'll just move these, since they're not batting, I'll just move them out of the way. How about that? Might make it easier. So Don Buford with a single. His attempt is a 7. And it's a 9, so he will not get the attempt, and they're not going to do a hit and run. So Tommy Agee, want to give him a chance to do something with the bat. 2-4 is a wild pitch chance. That's a 9. It's a possible pass ball on Howard, who's a 2. So he's got to have a 1 or a 2 to block this. He does not. Pass ball it is. So that also takes the double play out of the equation. So a pass ball on Elston Howard. And we'll start all over again. But now the runner's in scoring position. Stang, 6-6 is a walk chance, and that's a 3. So he will definitely walk Tommy Agee. He's going to put 2 on with only 1 out for Pistol Pete Ward. Nothing on the havoc. Stang to Ward. 6-1. He's not tired, so there's no single there. We go to Ward. 6-2. Star 1 is a ground ball to short, possible double play. He's a 2. Their halfway makes it a 3. Nothing on the pitcher. The pivot at second base is Andrews. He's a -1, so it's going to drop him to a 2. So 1-2, and they turn the double play. They do not. That pivot cost them. So it's going to end up being a fielder's choice. They'll get the runner at second, but the other runner will go to third. Ward reaches on the fielder's choice. So it's going to go 5-4 on the fielder's choice, with Buford taking third base. So runners are on the corners now with 2 outs, and Rocky Colavito is your batter. So Colavito will be stepping in with runners on the corners and 2 away. Nothing on the havoc. Stang. 2-4, wild pitch. That's a 2. It's going to be a wild pitch, and that will score the run. So coming in to score is going to be Don Buford on the wild pitch. So we had a pass ball and now a wild pitch. And it's also going to move Ward up to second base into scoring position with 2 outs, where a base hit could tie the game. I don't think Ward has any chance to steal third. He does not, so we're not going to worry about a havoc roll because there's no pickoff chances. Go straight to the bat. 4-3 is a blank. We go to Rocky Colavito. 1-2, fly to center. That's going to end the inning. But for the Sox, they get a run on a hit, no errors, and 1 left. So we go to the bottom of the third. Score now 3-2. Still in favor of Boston. And the Hawkaroo, Ken Harrelson, will lead things off for the Red Sox against Tommy John. But it's now a 3-2 game. John, 4-6, blank. Strikeout plus to a lefty, but blank to a righty. Harrelson, 2-3. He's going to line it to third. So snag by Ward for the out, 1 away. Bringing up switch hitter Reggie Smith. John, 1-1, strikeout 8, got him. Reggie Smith is out on strikes. 2 down for George Scott. 4-2 as a walk chance, and he will walk him. So George Scott draws the 2-out walk. And he's got an attempt of 2, but nothing's happening. So he will stand pat, and Rico Petrocelli will be your batter. 5-5, possible error. Go to Petrocelli. 4-1, that's a single to right field. That's a 4. So the error In right field, Colavito is a 4, but it's got to be an odd number, I do believe. I know it is on fly balls. I don't know about for, I think it's just on fly balls, though, not on singles. So to me, that error is good because he's a 4 and that is a 4. So the single to right, first let's figure out the single to right for Petrocelli. George Scott runs at a 3 to get from first to third against the White Sox. We will be adding 1, so that makes him a 4. So a 1 to 4 means he gets third base. And he does, so he will score because he gets third on the single and then scores on the error, and the batter takes second on the error. So George Scott will come all the way around to score, mainly on the E9. E9 by Colavito will also send Petrocelli to second base. So the Red Sox get a run back. They get that run back, and fielding on both sides have been a little bit shaky. So Petrocelli on second base. Here's Elston Howard. And same situation again. They could walk Howard and pitch to Stang or try to get Howard out. Howard's a 178 hitter, so they're going to go after him, and it pays off. They strike him out to end the inning. So a run on 1 hit, 1 big error, and 1 left. So that run was definitely unearned. But the Red Sox will take it. They lead it 4-2 after 3 innings. So the runs are aplenty here at Fenway. And, of course, the defenses are not helping out their pitcher either. So we start the top of the 4th. It'll be Tommy McCraw. Stang, 3-4, possible error on a ground ball. McCraw, 6-6. He's going to ground to short. That's a 10. Shortstop Petrocelli's an 8, so there is no error. Petrocelli takes the unfriendly hop and handles it for the out. 1 away for J.C. Martin. 4-6 is a blank. We go to Martin. 5-5, grounder. Oh, sorry, star 2, which is a fly to center. I was looking at 6-5 instead of 5-5. So it is a star 2, which is a fly to center field. Reggie Smith all over it. 2 down. Base is clear for Ron Hansen. 6-1. He's not tired, so there's no single there. 2-5 is a grounder to short. Petrocelli handles it, and it's an easy 1-2-3 inning for Lee Stang. 3 up and 3 down go the Sox. That's the first 3 up and 3 down inning of the game for either team. And the score remains 4-2 as we now head to the bottom of the 4th. And Lee Stang, the pitcher, will be leading things off for the Red Sox. Stang reached on the error his first time up by Pete Ward. 4-4 is a strikeout. It won't reach anywhere here on the strikeout. He is out of there. So Lee Stang is retired. 1 down, and that's going to send up Mike Andrews. 5-3 is a possible walk. That's a 9, and he will walk Mike Andrews. It's no longer a possibility. It's an actual fact now. That is a walk. So Andrews will draw the walk. He has singled homer and drawn a walk. He has been a thorn in the White Sox side. And Andrews has an attempt of 2. Cannot get the jump, so he will stand pat. And it's going to bring up the third baseman, Jerry Adair. 5-6, strikeout 5, got him. Jerry Adair is gone, 2 down. And that's going to bring up Yaz. 1, so it's a chance of a stolen base. Chance for a stolen base attempt. Andrews once again got the jump. It's a stolen base is a 10, but -3 from John makes that a 7. And then the catcher, Martin, is a +1, so that brings it to an 8. 1-8, they're going to call that off with Yaz up. They don't want to take the bat out of Yaz's hands, so they'll let Yaz swing away. John, 6-5, strikeout 18, too much. We go to Yaz. 5-1, it's a ground ball to short, and that's going to end the inning. So no runs, no hits, no errors, and 1 left on the walk. 4 innings in the books. It is Boston 4, Chicago 2, as the home team tries to win one of these games here in 1967. All right, Tommy John will lead it off. against Stang. 4-6 is a blank. We go to John. 5-6, and that's a fly to right field. And Tommy John is retired. Back to the top of the order for Mr. No Neck Walt Williams. Stang, 6-6 is a walk. That's an 8. And that will be a walk. He's a 9, -1's an 8. That fits. So No Neck is still a walk. So he did walk. 1 out walked in Williams, and he's got an attempt of 2. As I drop the D20. Not what I wanted to do, obviously. Should pause the video, but I'm not. I'm lazy that way. So, but I did have to crawl under the table and get it. Hope I didn't disturb Gracie too much. Hopefully she will stay quiet. And that little bit of an interference does not make her go crazy. So, again, we roll for the attempt on Walt Williams. Nothing happening. So Williams will stand pat, and here comes Buford. 1-2 against a lefty switch hitter batting left. It's a star line, and the star line will be a ground ball to first. Possible double play. He's a 1. You don't get to halfway with it hitting to first, so it stays a 1. The pivot is a shortstop, Petrocelli. He's a 0, so this has to be a 1 to be a double play. It is not, so it'll be a fielder's choice. Or actually, that's a 2, so I believe, yeah, Walt Williams is a 3. He will beat that out. So the only play George Scott had was a step on the bag because Buford's speed beats that 2 that was on the D6. So, not Buford, I mean Williams' speed. So, Williams was a 3. So now 2 outs and a runner in scoring position for Tommy Agee. Stang to Agee, 3-4, possible error on a ground ball. 4-4 is a fly to left, so no error to worry about, and that's the inning as Yaz puts it away. No runs, no hits, no errors, and 1 left on the walk. We go to the bottom of the 5th still, 4-2, favor of the Red Sox. Stang can face 27 batters. Tommy John can face 24. Let's see, John has faced 21 at this point, so keep an eye on him for fatigue. Obviously, I'm going to try to get him through this inning if possible. Facing the Hawk, 4-1. That's a blank. We go to Hawk Harrelson for the finish of the at-bat. 5-3. It's a ground ball to short. Hanson makes the play, 1 down, and that brings us to Reggie Smith. George Scott to follow. 5-3 is a walk chance, but that's a 17, so no walk there. 4-6, that's a power result 9 against a lefty. Goes up to 18, that's a 17, so that'll be a double for Reggie Smith. Reggie Smith, a 1-out double. And now we really got to keep an eye on Tommy John as the White Sox bullpen is loosening. They do have Bruce Howard, a right-hander, loosening in the pen. But right now they're going to have John go after Scott. 4-5, and that's a possible walk. That is a 19, so no walk there. Scott, 4-6, ground ball to third for out number 2. And the only way to get to third, you got to roll a 6 on this next D6 to get to third base. Otherwise, Smith has to hold. And he does. So he holds at second base, 2 down. Now, let's see if John is officially tired. That was Scott's at bat, rather. Petrocelli is coming to the plate. 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. This is batter 25 coming up, so he's not tired yet. Let's see if we can get Petrocelli. Nothing on the strategy. John to Petrocelli, 6-5, strikeout 13. Got him. It's a 13 against the lefties. So he struck him out to end the inning. That may do it for Tommy John because that is batter number 25. His next batter is 26. And that would make him tired. So they might go ahead and cap him at that. Nothing doing for the Red Sox here in the 5th. John's going to go 5 innings, give up 4 runs, but at least one of those was unearned because of the errors. So actually, 2 of them were unearned because of errors. So he only gave up 2 earned runs. 4 runs, only 2 of them earned in 5 innings. And let's see how many hits he gave up. 3, 5, 6, 7 hits I've got him for. And let's see, walks 1, 2. I've got him for 2 walks. Strikeouts 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 strikeouts I've got him for. So final line on Tommy John, 5 innings pitched, 7 hits, 4 runs, 2 earned, 2 walks, 7 strikeouts. And unfortunately for him, he is on the saddle for the loss if the White Sox don't come back and at least tie this game. So Pistol Pete Ward will lead off the top of the 6th, and leading off and pitching in the bottom half of the 6th will be Bruce Howard for the White Sox. So he would be the new pitcher. But right now it is Stang, and he's only faced 21 batters, so he's still good to go, facing Pete Ward. 6-6 walk chance, 7, got him. He did walk him. So Pete Ward draws the base on balls. His attempt is a 1. Nope, nothing happening there. They're not going to hit and run with Rocky Colavito. They're going to have Rocky Colavito swing away. Stang, 6-5, strikeout, 12, too high. Go to Colavito. 4-6, that's a single pass short. Single pass short. Now to get from first to third, you have to have a 5 or better. Ward only has a 2, so he stops at second base. But the first 2 are on. And back come the White Sox as they try to climb back into this thing. Tommy McCraw is your batter. That's a 20, but there's no pickoff chances. So Stang to McCraw. 2-6, blank. We go to McCraw. 5-1, ground ball to third, possible double play. Let's first of all see where the ball is hit. It's a 4, which means it is hit right at him. So he has a choice of only getting the out at third or trying for the double play. So let's see, double play chance here is only a 1. Halfway is a 2. Andrews -1. So he's going to take the shore out at third base. That's the option. So it's going to be 5 unassisted. Fielder's choice for McCraw. The chances of a double play did not seem likely. So it would have been a very low percentage. So they will take the shore out and keep runners at first and second. Keep that runner off third base. So now the runner at third is now Colavito. He has no attempt from second base, so no need to roll strategy. Stang to Martin, 1-4, possible error. Go to Martin. That's a 5-1, fly to left. That's a 7 for an error. Yastrzemski's only a 4, so there is no error. Yastrzemski makes the catch. 2 down. So now it's up to Ron Hansen. Stang, 5-5 is a blank. We go to Hansen. 6-4, that's a grounder to short to end the inning. So for the White Sox, no runs, a hit, no errors, and 2 left. We go to the bottom of the 6th, still 4-2. And now coming into pitch is Bruce Howard, but the pitcher spot does lead off next inning. So we're going to get a double switch of some sort. We just got to figure out who it is. It's going to be double switched. They could double switch J.C. Martin or Ron Hansen and bring in another shortstop. Let's see who's on the bench that can play short. We've got Causey, although he's not very good. Neither is Stale. I think they want to keep the shortstop thing open, so they're going to double switch with the catcher, J.C. Martin. So Dwayne Josephson is going to be the new catcher for the White Sox. He's going to bat 9th, and batting 8th will be the pitcher spot. So Martin is now out of the game. This is the pitcher spot. This is the catcher, and that is going to be Josephson. He will bat 9th. And Bruce Howard is your pitcher. So let me get that straight on my score sheet to denote that the 7th slot is the pitcher. And Josephson, the catcher, will bat 9th, which means he leads off next inning in the top of the 7th. All right, so I think all of those things are completed. So Josephson will lead off next inning. And J.C. Martin is out of the game officially. And in the game officially is Bruce Howard. 3-10 with a 3.43 ERA. Did have 13 relief appearances, 17 starts, so obviously he can perform both tasks. Elston Howard is your batter. Now let's see, Stang can face 27 batters. He's faced 26. So I think they're going to pinch hit for Stang as well and call it a day for him. And they will, let's see who's going to be in the bullpen for the Red Sox. It would be most likely a righty. So it looks like it's going to be Bucky Brandon. Bucky Brandon. Oh, no, I'll take it back. Dan Osinski. My bad. Dan Osinski is going to be loosening in the bullpen. So Osinski will be coming in to pitch, and we'll get a pinch hitter coming up for the pitcher. But first, it's Elston Howard. 5-3, and that's a walk plus, so Elston Howard will draw the base on balls. So Howard is aboard. Not a very good runner, obviously. So let's look at the pinch hitting chances for the Red Sox. Tartable's a lefty. Dalton Jones is their best bet. So Dalton Jones, a left-hander, will pinch hit. Dalton Jones will pinch hit for Stang. So Stang is going to go 6 innings, giving up just the 2 runs, which were all, both of them earned. He gave up 2, 3, 4 hits, walked 2, and struck out just the 1. Only strikeout victim was the pitcher, John. So Elston Howard draws the walk, and now Dalton Jones, the pinch hitter. No strategy roll because I don't think we know that Elston Howard's not going anywhere. Howard to Jones, 2-1 ballpark card. First time going to Fenway all game, and we're out here at Fenway right now. 3-3, it's a ground ball in front of the plate, G2. Let's see what we have here as far as defense goes on a G2. Haven't had a G2 result in a while to figure out potential double plays and whatnot. So the batter, Jones, has a double play rating of 2. The pitcher is a -1, which drops it to a 1. The runner on first is Elston Howard, and Howard runs at a 1. So anything other than a 1, and they're definitely going to get the force. That's a 5, so they will get the force. Dalton Jones reaches on the fielder's choice. So it's going to go 2-6 on the fielder's choice. But they will not turn the double play. Jones is the new runner at first. And here is Mike Andrews. Now, can Jones do any kind of thing? Nope, he's not a stolen base threat, so no strategy roll needed. Howard, 4-3. That's a walk. That's a range play. Range play for the White Sox. Andrews, 5-2 with a fly to left. We're checking the range of the left fielder, and that is Walt Williams. He is a 3. And he makes the catch. So Walt Williams ranges over in front of the Green Monster, makes the catch, 2 down for Jerry Adair. Howard, 5-5, strikeout plus, and he got him. No, he didn't. I take it back. He's only a 7. The plus is a 17. That's an 18, so he did not get him. Adair checked his swing. 4-4, and he's going to fly to center, so that's going to end the inning anyway. So no runs, no hits, no errors, and 1 left on the walk. And we go to the 7th. Score is still 4-2 Boston. And we will get a new pitcher for the Red Sox, and it will be Dan Osinski, a right-hander. So Dan Osinski, the right-hander, 3-1, 2 saves, and a 2.54 ERA. Dan Osinski. And he'll be facing Josephson, who came in on the double switch, and then Williams and Buford. Top of the 7th, 4-2 ball game. Osinski to Josephson. 2-3 is a blank. We go to Josephson. 4-2. It's going to ground to short. Petrocelli is there, 1 away. That will bring up the top of the order in Walt Williams. 5-4. That's a pitcher result. 1-18 against the righty is going to be an out. That's a 12, so it will be an out. And the out will be a ground ball to short again. So Petrocelli will handle it for the second time. And just like that, 2 up and 2 down. Here's Don Buford. 1-5 has a possible error. 2-2 is a single to first base. S3 and a possible error. So let's check that out on an S3. A possible error. Failed error on an S3. That's where there's no error check. We're going to roll 1d6 against the BR rating of the batter. If the roll is higher, he's out. Otherwise, he's safe. So Buford has a chance to beat this out. If we roll a 5 or a 6, he's out. Anything else, he's safe. He is out. So Buford is out of there. Scott was able to flip it over to Osinski covering, and they beat Buford to the bag. So how about that? Nice play there by the Boston defense. And it's 3 up and 3 down for the White Sox. Osinski puts them out in order. So we go to the 7th inning stretch, and I'm going to stretch with them. Well, in fact, we'll take a pause and come back and get ready for the bottom of the 7th. White Sox do have activity in their bullpen. They do have some activity in the bullpen before we go off to the 7th inning stretch break. They do have a left-hander. Left-hander, let's see, who is it? Left-hander is Wilbur Wood. So Wilbur Wood. They do have Steve Jones on the roster, but he pitched 2 innings yesterday, so I did not list him here because that would just not be, realistic because he just pitched the 2 innings. So, but Wilbur Wood, the knuckleballer, is not starting for a while, so he will definitely be available in the bullpen. So Wilbur Wood is loosening in the pen. In fact, he had 43 relief appearances, only 8 starts, so he was primarily a relief pitcher. So Wilbur Wood is loosening in the pen, and 7th inning stretch, so I'm going to stretch with everybody and take a break and be right back with the bottom of the 7th. All right, everybody. We are back for the 7th inning stretch, or from the 7th inning stretch, I should say. And we are ready to get going with Carl Yastrzemski taking on Bruce Howard. 4-2 Red Sox. Wilbur Wood in the bullpen for the White Sox in case Howard runs into any kind of trouble. 1-6, a straight-up home run to Yastrzemski. That's all kinds of trouble because that's 20 and that is gone. Carl Yastrzemski greets Bruce Howard with a home run, crushes it into the bullpen in right field, and the Boston Red Sox take a 5-2 lead. So Yastrzemski blasted that one. Howard trying to regroup. 3-5, same result, but this time against a righty, it's a blank. So nothing on Harrelson. 5-6, he will fly to left field. So there's the difference between facing a righty and a lefty. Here's Reggie Smith back to the left-hand side. He's got to avoid that 3-5 result. 5-1 is okay. It's a strikeout, and he got him. So 2 down. So Bruce Howard trying to recover after that leadoff homer. Here's George Scott, but the damage obviously already done. Howard 4-4, blank to Scott. 6-2, it's a fly against a right-hander. It's a fly to center to end the inning. A run on a hit, no errors, and nobody left. We go to the 8th. It is now Boston 5 and Chicago 2. And that will, I believe, be all for Bruce Howard. Let's see. He can face 9 batters. He has faced at this point. Howard has faced 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. He's faced 8 batters, so yeah, he's pretty much done. So Bruce Howard is done. It looks like Wilbur Wood will be coming in to pitch the 8th. Although they could go to a right-hander possibly as well. So might see Bob Locker coming in or Don McMahon, one of the two. We shall see. Right now, though, it is Osinski. He is in the game. And he is retired all 3 batters he's faced, so he's definitely in good shape. Here's Agee. 4-3, and that's an automatic out against a right-hander. And the automatic out is a ground ball to short. So again, Petrocelli having a busy time over there, but making all the plays. Here's Pete Ward. 3-3, it's a possible error on a throw. 4-5, and that is going to be a star 5, which is a ground ball to short. Possible error on the throw by Petrocelli. That's an 11. Petrocelli's error rating is only an 8, so good play. So they test Petrocelli again, and they lose. So now 2 up and 2 down, and that brings up Colavito. Still in his Cleveland outfit. 4-4, that against a right-hander is a strikeout chance. 17 is too high. We go to Colavito. 1-1, lines it to short, and Petrocelli again snags it. So he takes care of all 3 outs by himself to end the inning. And what do you know? He's going to lead off the next inning. So it's just the way that works. But nothing for the White Sox. They go down in order, 3 up and 3 down. Osinski's faced 6 batters, retired them all. They may let him finish this game and get a save. Very possible. No action in the Red Sox bullpen, although Osinski does come up to bat third this inning, so they might go ahead and pull him. We'll see. For the White Sox, let me see who pitched in the last game for them. I want to make sure I don't wear out a bullpen arm. Let's see who pitched for them last time. It was 11-1 blowout, so Jones was the only guy that pitched. Everybody else is fresh, so they can use anybody they want pretty much. And they will go with Don McMahon. Sox acquired him from Chicago, acquired him from Boston for Jerry Adair. That was the trade. So McMahon is coming back against his former mates to pitch this bottom of the 8th against Petrocelli, Howard, and maybe a pinch hitter. Or we might let Osinski hit. We'll see. 3-3 is a strikeout chance. 1, Petrocelli is going to be gone. So Petrocelli gets the hat trick. That's 3 strikeouts for him. 1 away for Elston Howard. 1-3, and that's a strikeout plus, so he's definitely gone. 2 down. And you know what? They're going to, with 2 outs and the bases empty, they're just going to go ahead and let Osinski hit. So I got to pull out the pitcher hitting card, the generic pitcher hitting card for Boston, because they're just going to let him hit. There's no reason to pinch hit right now. You got a 6-2 lead, and he's pitching well. Why take him out? So Osinski is actually going to bat. Against Mr. McMahon. 4-4, ballpark card going to Fenway Park. 1-2, it's a power result to right field. That's a 5. So that's going to be a single for Osinski. How about that? He gets a base hit off the ballpark card, of all things. How do you like that? Now Mike Andrews is up to the plate. So a rare single there, but it was off the ballpark card. So here is McMahon to Andrews. 1-1 is a strikeout plus. He's going to get him. And that's going to end the inning. So he strikes out the side other than giving up a single on the ballpark card. So nothing doing there. McMahon goes 1 inning, gives up 1 hit, and strikes out 3. So we go to the 9th. Last chance for Chicago. And they'll have to continue to do it against Osinski because he has just faced all 6 and retired all 6. And it's going to be McCraw, the pitcher spot, so we get a pinch hitter for McMahon. McCraw, a pinch hitter, and then Hansen. Smokey Burgess has already picked up a bat to hit for the White Sox. Actually, he's a terrible hitter. We're not going to use him. Let's see. Who do they want to use then? Wayne Causey's the best lefty on the bench. So they're going to go with Wayne Causey to pinch hit. He also, I think, has the most at bats. So it's going to be McCraw and Causey and then Hansen scheduled. So Wayne Causey will be the pinch hitter. All right, here we go. Top of the 9th, 6-2 Red Sox. Osinski, 1-3 is a blank. We go to McCraw. 4-6. That's a single to first base. So base hit for McCraw. And with that single, John Wyatt, the closer for the Red Sox, has now started loosening in the pen, as they don't want to take any chances. That brings up Causey, the pinch hitter. It is Causey, the pinch hitter. Strategy rolls are off, obviously. 1-2 is a range play at the ballpark, going to Fenway. 6-2, it's a home run to the pull side, or to center field rather. He's a 2. That's going to fail, but it is a range check in center field. That is Reggie Smith. He is a 4. If he doesn't make this, if this is a 5 or a 6, it'll turn to a double. It's a 1, so he does make the catch. Reggie Smith saves extra bases, and they retire Causey. 1 away, and here's Ron Hansen. Now, they still don't have a whole lot left on the bench that's any better. Ken Boyer, I guess, is the best they have, so they're going to bring in Ken Boyer to hit for Hansen, and they'll worry about defense later. So Boyer is going to hit for Hansen. Ken Boyer is your pinch hitter, as they try anything they can to get some runs. 2-3 is a blank. We go to Boyer. 2-6 is a fly to right. That's 2 down as Harrelson makes the play. And now he is tired. Osinski is tired, but they're going to try to get him to get that last out. He's got to get Dwayne Josephson. That's the last hope for the White Sox, is Josephson. Osinski, 3-5. That is a strikeout chance. 12 is too high. Go to Josephson. 6-3. Star one's ground ball to second. Andrews has it. Pumps once and then throws over to Scott to end the ball game, as the Boston Red Sox hang on and beat the Chicago White Sox by the score of 6-2 and split these 2 games so they get some of their lead back that they had earlier, and they reclaim first place all on their own. Chicago won the game in real life 4-0, but the Red Sox win this one 6-2, or actually 5-2, I should say. I kept saying 6. It's actually 5-2. So Osinski will get the save. He pitched 3 innings and got the save. Lee Stang gets the win. Tommy John takes the loss. Come right back with the totals and set you up for the next game in the 1967 pennant race, which would be September the 4th. All right, final line score. Boston defeats the Chicago White Sox on September the 3rd, 5-2. 5 runs, 9 hits, 1 error for the Red Sox. 2 runs, 5 hits, 2 errors for the White Sox. Winning pitcher Lee Stang, losing pitcher Tommy John, and the save goes to Dan Osinski. So Tommy John on the weekend was 0-2. He lost with the Dodgers in 73, and now he loses with the White Sox here in 67. So not a good weekend for Tommy John. Next week, we will be in Detroit, the Motor City, or not next week, next game, September 4th. We will be in Motor City for the Detroit Tigers taking on the Kansas City A's. And there's a little game 1 right next to this, because every game on this date is a doubleheader. So we'll be playing a doubleheader, Kansas City at Detroit. My initial plan is to play both games on video, so we'll see how it plays out. But it's going to be Jim Nash against Mickey Lolich. That's the pitching matchup in game 1 for the Kansas City A's and the Detroit Tigers. That'll be the next game in this project. And before I play that on video, though, I'm going to have already played the other games, the other doubleheaders for the other games. So I'll have updated standings and so forth going forward as well. That'll be sometime in the middle of the week, because I need time to be able to play those games. But that's going to do it from here on this game from Fenway. 5-2 Boston, as they even the series at 1 game apiece and avoid getting swept like their counterparts, the Twins, did. So that's going to do it from here. Hope you enjoyed that presentation of Inside Pitch and the 1967 pennant race. Until next time, enjoy playing whatever game you choose to play, however you choose to play it, and I will see you all down the road.